Alright guys, I want to talk a little more about the differences between the 68 RFE and this AISIN transmission. Number one is the cost. You're going to pay more up front, and the maintenance schedule is double that of the 68 RFE. Every 30,000 miles they want you to do a transmission service on this AISIN, and every 60,000 miles on the 68 RFE. Temperatures run hotter on that 68 RFE, both unloaded and loaded up, and it's a significant difference. There's a transmission brake on this AISIN that I don't hear people talking about. Let's say you stop on a slope, a backward slope, where your trailer will be dragging you backwards. You know, on the 68 RFE, when you shift it into drive, and then if you're driving with just one foot, you would then take your foot off the brake and then go over to the gas. In the 68 RFE, you will roll backwards. In the AISIN, you will not. There's like a trans brake that stops the truck and trailer and the load from moving backwards. Our deer are pretty well tame around here. Anyway, you're such good deer. Come on in here. That's it. It's funny because you know, I'm a hunter from way back, and I've killed lots of deer. But old Big Mama, she's been a baby making fool for the last 4 years. She has twins every year, and she is so unafraid, and I just can't take her out. So the trans brake is pretty cool, and it keeps the truck still until you pick up the throttle. It works pretty slick, and I don't hear people talking about it. And it you know, it adds to the overall feel and difference between the AISIN and the 68 RFE. The two transmissions is significantly different. Okay, and that has to do with, number one, shift flare, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. As you guys know, it's when the torque converter stays uncoupled and doesn't lock up for, you know, a few seconds, and it gives you the feeling that the transmission is slipping. It's not slipping, and it's fine. You know, it's what they have to do to protect the transmission from the power of the Cummins. But I just don't like the feel of it as compared to the AISIN. It's got a much more direct feel. It feels heavier. It feels tougher. Okay, let's talk about shift points. They are different as well. The AISIN shift points, up shift points are different. Down shift points are different. As you run up through the gears, it shifts quicker from like third to fourth, and doesn't allow the Cummins engine to rev out towards redline. It keeps it down where the most torque is, which is around 2,000 RPM. So this engine, of course, has more power. So the fact that this engine is more powerful in this truck contributes greatly to the different feel of the two transmissions, in my opinion. So in a way, the AISIN has an unfair advantage in the feel category because it's got, you know, the engine has more power, so it feels better to me right off the bat. Of course, the gearing overall is different. Both of the trucks that I owned had the 373 rear gear, but this truck feels closer to like a 410 rear gear because of the difference in the transmission gearing. So I'd be happier with the truck if it had the 342 gears, and I'm not pulling anywhere close to to the maximum weight. There are some other major differences in the feel of the two transmissions. The one is when you're traveling, let's say 30 miles an hour, and you pick up the throttle slightly. The 68 RFE seems like it wants to jump to a higher gear. So let's say you're like in 4th gear, it'll pretty quickly jump into 5th. And where this transmission seems to hold 4th longer, it'll keep you in the power band better. So an example, the best example I can give, the two transmissions and their differences. The fact is, when I was driving around the 68 RFE, even by itself, I felt like I wanted to keep it in tow haul mode because I felt like it shifted more crisply. And furthermore, I always felt like I wanted to babysit it with the manual shift mode. Conversely, talking about the AISIN, when I'm not hauling, I feel that it's much happier not in tow haul mode. And also, I do not feel that I have to babysit it in manual mode.